UK and the EU to a vote in both houses of Parliament before it comes into force.
You're poor, you're huddled masses yearning to breathe free.
On January 21st, barely 24 hours after Donald Trump took the oath of office, huge crowds took to the streets to protest his presidency and support women's rights and human rights.
As we have seen, the American and the British governments and the Brexit and the Trump administration has made a completely failure. Netherlands has given a wide prospects for our work permit visa in the European Union. Well, good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. Sat Sri Akal, Namaskar, Assalamu Alaikum, my friends. Thank you for coming to our channel and thank you for listening to this video. In this video, we will work upon the types of work permit visa for Netherlands, and the thing which I want to propose is that the job sectors which are going to open for 2019 in Netherlands are basically concentrated but not limited to are on electrical, mechanical, sales, information technology, chemical, veterinary sciences, medical doctors, MBAs, graphic designers, and HR. But like I said, that it is not limited to. That means there are certain others requirements. For example, agriculture, or you have, for example, the sectors belong to our naval architects or merchant navy, also to our bachelors in commerce, or maybe certain other technologies that which are quite prevailing or upcoming into the trend. But Netherlands is currently focusing on these roles, and they specifically require Indian labor market to get to inside this job sector. So the visa process for Netherlands is a very streamlined. That means it has particularly one single line. All the migrants outside of European Union needs to have this work permit visa. And there are basically two different parts in this GWA, which is residence and work permit. But in all part, the visas for under work permit category in Netherlands is divided into three different categories, which is GVVA, TMV, and EU Blue Card. Under GVVA, which is basically this section, it has combined work and residence permit for non-European people. For TMV, it is basically for students and seasonals. For EU Blue Card is for those people who are basically not from European Union, but they are living in Europe for last 5 years, and for last 5 years they have paid the taxes and they have cleared all the exams to get inside the Netherlands. So how can you qualify for work permit in Netherlands? Well, you have to have a written proof of experience. That means you cannot use any fake experience in this country. Yes, no fake experience is allowed into this country. You have to provide a salary certificate of your previous jobs. The skill set match with the job's description. For example, if they're asking an electrical engineer with a background in solar energy or wind energy, that has to be given in your job, in your skill set, that you have worked with the with the wind power and solar energy. Also, for example, in sales, if they are looking for the person who are either in the frontier, those who have actually sold something, the techniques that must be, or the certifications they have done, that must be shown into their CVs. So that has to be completely weighed upon rather being fake. Second, that subject to recognized shortages. What's that mean? It means that certain areas they need the people, certain areas it has been shortage. So in this section, the recognized shortages have to be addressed first. Okay. Third is the legal requirement. Now understand this part. The requirement age is between 18 and 45 years of age that they all require. That means if it is beyond 45 and less than 18, they will not taking it. However, that by age of 23, it is highly likely irrelevant that their profession is a kind of matching with the skills. So the age limit is 18 to 45 years of age. Now, if you're non-Netherlands company, that means if you're suppose an Indian subsidiary who is supplying the labor to the Netherlands company, then the candidate should been worked for that company for minimum 6 months. For example, it's we can say Infosys. So if Infosys wants to send the consultants to Netherlands, the person must work for Infosys for last 6 months. That is very much a requirement. Notice the Netherlands work permit is employer specific. That is, employer have all the leverages for their company to work upon. Now, it is very important that if a candidate has a permit to work for one company and they want to work for another company, for example, you work for Infosys, but now you want to work for Microsoft in Netherlands. So it is not possible. You first have to leave the Infosys in India, then you have to take the working permit or work permit order for Microsoft into Netherlands. Because some clients, what they do is that they have taken certain work permit from the India, from some company, and somehow go to Netherlands and they change the work permit, which is not allowed at all in Netherlands. Now, how long will it take to get an employee on site with a Netherlands work permit? Means how long time will it take for you to go to Netherlands? I can say that it is no more than 5 weeks. That's right. Netherlands visa processing system is the best in the world. It is only taking 5 weeks to give them the decision whether you can go for the job or not. Now, it is the responsibility of the candidate to ensure that the visa is secured. What that means? It means it is a responsibility for the candidate that they have to ensure that the visa is secured. If the visa is not secure, then it is completely out of the bound. Now, the application must be made by the candidate in person before the work permit application. The application which the candidate is doing, it has to be done by the work permit application. Once the work permit is approved, the residence permit is issued. This can take anywhere from a few days to a few months to secure. Now, if the candidate is a new recruit and the position is not covered by the recent exemption to certain rare IT telecoms or the skills, you will need to show that you have made adequate recruitment attempts to fill the vacancy. And unless this has been done with some delay or some applications, it will take minimum 5 weeks to give the decision for you to get on site. Now, sometimes people ask that, can my company obtain Netherlands work permits? Well, if your company is Infosys, for example, now if you want to make or get the Netherlands work permits, the employers can obtain only if the company is registered with the Netherlands government tax office. Yes, that means the company has to be registered under Netherlands government jobs office or government municipality. Second, that they have to be inside the European zone and they are providing services to Netherlands company. That means they are in the European Union already and they're helping to the Netherlands already. You have to provide the documentation. And if you fall into this category, then you must outsource the administration of the candidate's remuneration to Netherlands accountant. And if you fall into this category, you can make the salarized, your transfer of the consultants from here to there is possible. Now, it is completely disbarred that Netherlands work that if you are a staff agency or recruitment agency, you can simply get the Netherlands work permit very easily. It has to be a registered company inside the Netherlands. And for what? Immigration Ultimate is coming into the play that we are the registered staff company inside the Netherlands. So, European Union is flourishing with better prospects, get a job, live with work permit, happy life with kids, and have a nice life with passport. Till then, bye.